Manatee developer Carlos Beruff is a successful home builder now running to replace Marco Rubio in the U.S. Senate. He may be a self-made millionaire, but even though he is a longtime political player here in Sarasota and Manatee counties, he is mostly unknown in the rest of the state. So how does he change that? As Max Winitz reports, by saying some pretty outrageous things, like calling the president an animal.
4 of the 5 of us.
Carlos Beruff back in Sarasota for the day after crisscrossing the state, tirelessly campaigning for his U.S. Senate bid.
Well, I think we're up to 48 counties, and by next Saturday, the goal is to be at 64, so we'll wrap up the state the following week. You know, I've had it.
The home builder quickly getting noticed around Florida, whether it's through his unconventional TV ads.
The experts want me to read a bunch of political crap off this teleprompter.
His scathing criticism of President Obama.
For 7.5 years, this animal we call president, because he's an animal, okay?
Or his sometimes jarring and controversial policy proposals.
Well, I think people are tired of politicians who are polished and they're always worried about what's going to come out of their mouth because it has no meaning anymore.
Recently, Beruff told a group of 200 Republicans in Broward County that for the time being, no one from the Middle East, with the exception of Israel, should be permitted in the United States.
If they, who are the top law enforcement and security officials in this country, can't vet them, then why would we take a chance? It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with who those people are and can we get them vetted properly to come to this country.
When asked how the rest of the world would view the U.S. if his idea were to ever come to fruition.
Right now, the U.S. is so poorly viewed as a lack of leadership, it doesn't really matter. They would start saying that we're actually standing up for something because the U.S. has lost respect globally because our allies can't count on us.
Beruff also making headlines not too long ago for another statement on the Middle East, stating the Iran nuclear deal actually allows the country to build a nuclear weapon, a claim that's false, according to PolitiFact Florida. Yet Beruff isn't backing down.
They still have enrichment, and they still have centrifuges that are producing uranium, enriched uranium. So it really, all it's done is create an atmosphere where they have more from us, like every negotiation Obama does, than we got from them.
With Beruff, many say Florida is getting its own version of Donald Trump. Different publications have referred to him as the Cuban-American Trump or the Little Trump of Florida. Beruff may admire his fellow businessman, but he doesn't want people to compare him to the presumptive Republican presidential nominee.
His personality is not mine, but there's only one Donald Trump. I was brought up different on how to express myself. But it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, what we want is results in this country. And I think he can deliver results.
As a self-proclaimed political outsider, Beruff believes he can have the same impact, saying his primary opponents only care about themselves.
They're all career politicians looking for the next ladder up the rung.
Beruff hoping to move up the ladder as well, from his office seat in Sarasota to his seat in the Capitol in Washington. No matter how contentious his comments may be, he plans to continue to speak his mind in order to get there. In Sarasota, Max Winitz, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.